Well, one of the fights that is being talked about is Canelo. He recently fought at 168. He's going back to 160, but there's that possibility of him going back up, and perhaps the possibility of you dropping to 168. If that fight against Canelo were to be presented to you, is that something that interests you?
Yeah, it's an interesting fight for me because, of course, Canelo is I think it's first star in the boxing. Maybe it's second, like Joshua. Yeah, it's similar sports fighters, and many people want to fight against Canelo, and me too. Because if I fight Canelo, many people will see my fight, and many people will know who I am, and I will show them my skills. And what about 168? It's not problem. It's not big problem for me, and because I am not a big guy for light heavyweight.
Yeah. So there's a possibility that that can happen. You both are on the zone. If that fight were to happen, how does that fight play out? What would we expect in that fight between you and Canelo?
I think it's easier to organize to make this fight because we are both on DAZN, and I think it will fight where two different boxing styles will mix. Yeah, I think most of interesting fights in the boxing when different fighters beat each other style. I mean boxing styles.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see how that evolves. But like I said, this fight is March 9th on DAZN. You recently joined forces with DAZN, with Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn. What motivated you? What drew you into this deal with DAZN?
Что меня смотивировало сделать, да? You know, when I had my first main event on HBO, it was in Monaco, and Eddie Hearn and his promotion Matchroom helped to organize my fight, and we met each other, and I thought Eddie is a good guy who can make good fights, who can make good shows. And then I went to London to see fight Joshua against Povetkin, and я был в восхищении о том, как было все организовано.
I was amazed how everything was organized, how well everything was done at that promotion for Povetkin Joshua.
Yeah, and when we thought about where we will fight, DAZN, ESPN, or someone else, first of all, we think about work with Eddie.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, both Eddie and Dmitry and all of us like the idea that we all think that Canelo is too big for 160, and we think Dmitry is not very big for light heavyweight, and we think if Dmitry, hopefully within the next year, if we can get him a title at 168, there can be a big unification between Canelo and Dmitry Bivol, because that would be a great fight for the fans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think DAZN it's something new for boxing. Yeah, and I'm glad to be the part of something new.